Okay, so this is my final video for the final project for CISC 108 honors. So I will go and run the code here, and it opens up this main menu. There are, you can see two things on the main menu. You can either play or go to settings. I'm going to go to settings just to show that off before I show off what exactly the game itself is. So under settings, you press 2 to get there. I just did. And then you can see there are these four different options under settings. So if you press 1, and this works either on the number pad or on the number row on your keyboard, it doesn't matter. So you can change what keys are, or not keys, what scale types are enabled or not. So if I press Q, now it won't show me any major scales. It'll only show me natural minor, harmonic minor, and melodic minor. If I press Q again, it enables it again. If I press R, it'll disable the melodic minor scales. Press it again, it'll be back enabled. And this is preserved when you close out of the game. So you don't have to worry about going back in and changing all your settings. Then to get out of this like submenu with to choose what scales you want, you can just hit escape and it'll take you back to the main settings menu. Then if you press 2, it'll show you some more scales. These are by default disabled. So if you don't want to deal with the church modes, you can just leave them all disabled. But if you press 1, you've enabled Ionian. Now Ionian is identical to major, and the game doesn't care which you choose. So if you're playing the game and it thinks it's Ionian, but you choose that it's major, they're the same. The game doesn't know the difference. You're fine. So you could, if you wanted, enable all of these, but probably you don't. But who knows? Maybe you're really good at music theory and better than me and want to have them all enabled. For the purposes of this demonstration, I'm going to keep them all disabled, at least for now. Then you can, and I'm just doing that by using the number key. Again, that works either on your the top row of your keyboard, the number row of your keyboard, or on the number pad. Now I'm going to hit escape to get out of the submenu. You can go into clefs. You press 3. Very unfortunate that that's being cut off. I wish that there was an easy way to change the window size, but there is not. So here you can enable and disable clefs. Actually, I think before I finally submit it, I might move this box over a bit. So that should be fixed. I should have checked that before making the video. Oh well. So again, here you just type the numbers to enable and disable clefs. Currently, by default, you have the bass clef and the treble clef enabled. But say I wanted to also see alto clef, I could press 5, and now I'm seeing alto clef as well. I don't want to see alto clef, so I'm going to leave that disabled. And then again, just like always, you press escape to get out of the submenu, and then we will look at increasing and decreasing the ledger line. Now, this is not actually the default because I was messing around with stuff. That is actually the default, with 2 ledger lines in each direction. That is the most ledger lines that you can have. I'm continuing to press the up arrow key. That's what you use to change. You press the up arrow key to make that note go up. So in this case, more ledger lines, and you press it down, the down arrow key to decrease the number of ledger lines. I'm going to leave it at the middle. And then you use the left and right arrow keys. It doesn't matter which, they both do basically exactly the same thing, to go and change the other one. So I'm going to leave that one on just 1 ledger line. Again, you can't do any fewer than this or more than that. And again, you use the arrow keys to move the note up and down rather than using the arrow keys to like increase or decrease the ledger lines. I figured that would be that would be easier. So move those up, and it's there to 1 ledger line, which I think is what I probably want for the demonstration at least. So I'm going to hit escape to get out of the submenu, and then hit escape again to get out of the settings menu. Now if I hit 1 to play, it starts a boulder falling from the sky, and it shows me over here all of the different, it's making lots of boulders. It normally doesn't do that. It's randomized a bit. So I'm going to pause this. You hit space to pause, and it grays out the scale. So it shows you like if you press Q, that indicates that it's a major scale, W for natural minor, etc. And that doesn't change depending on what you have enabled or disabled. It'll always be the same. It's just some of these rows might not be there, or you might have extra rows if you enabled some of the church modes. So currently this boulder is darker. That means that's the one that's selected. If I hit escape, oh frick, sorry. Let's go back. I didn't mean to hit escape. I meant to hit space to unpause. So this is, you can see in base. Okay, so now we have the two different boulders. We can use the arrow keys to change which boulder we have select. Oh, frick. Okay, so I don't know what the deal is with that. I imagine that was intentional. Yes, it's a feature, not a bug. It'll only let you select the boulders that are currently on the screen all the way. We're more than halfway, I suppose it would be. So you use the arrow keys, either left or right, to change which boulder you have selected. And then the one that you have selected is the one that when you press the Q, W, E, or R keys is the one that it will indicate that you have chosen is that key, or is that scale type, not key. So I'm not very good at this, especially when I'm trying to like make a video. So I'm just going to let all of these boulders fall down to the ground, and I will have a bunch of negative points. I'm going to start trying to figure out what this is. This key, this scale, I'm going to just go over. Oh, never mind. Okay, we're going to try and do this one. That's a B with 4 sharps. I believe that would be melodic minor. I pressed an R. It was melodic minor, so I got a point. I still have negative 19 points because I've not really been playing the game. I've just been explaining the game. So as you get more points, though, the boulders will begin to fall faster. I'm not going to try and demonstrate that here because playing the game and talking at the same time is quite difficult. But depending, so you just choose which kind of scale you want by pressing the letter, and whatever boulder is currently selected. So currently it's this one. That's the one that it will assume you have chosen. When a selected boulder is removed, whether because it goes off the screen or because you selected it and chose what it was and you were right, it will a different boulder will be automatically reselected. Additionally, if I just like type all of them at once, you can see I have this weird number of points here. That's because for each guess that you make that's wrong, it will automatically, I just guessed that one was major because it was, that one's also major. So for each guess that you guess wrong, it'll cut the point value for that boulder in half. So you can't just like always guess because you're going to get like not as many points as if you actually looked at it. That one is not major. I am wrong. That one is melodic minor. So that time I got half a point instead of a whole point or even less. I think that is about all of the functionality there. If we go back, I hit escape to exit the game just like normal. If I go back to the settings menu and I say go and enable all of the church modes, which I am sure I will regret, and then I enable all of the different clefs. So these are all of the C clefs. I don't know why you would want to practice all of them, but you know, if you do, more power to you. So now I'm going to, and I'll increase the ledger line as much as possible. And now I'll go back to play, and boom, and now I already have something that's, what's that, mezzo-soprano clef, and I'm not even going to try to do that, but you can see like we're getting the different clefs, we're getting the, and of course it's mostly the C clef because there are more C clefs than not C clefs. And so over here you can see we have the 4 scale types that we had before, as well as the 7 church modes. But other than that, it works exactly like it did before. You use the Q, W, E, or R keys to select what the scale type you think it is. You use the arrow keys to change what boulder you want selected, and then you can use the number key to select if you think it's a church mode, and it tells you, of course, which numbers you have to press depending on which church mode it is. And again, because Ionian is the same as major and Aeolian is the same as natural minor, it doesn't matter which you push, the game doesn't know the difference. I think that is all of the functionality of this game. If you actually want to play the game, enjoy. If you don't, that's unsurprising.